Well, hello, loves, and happy Sunday to you. I am glad to be with you today. And it's been a while since I've actually talked to the camera. I haven't truly been able to do that very well, or even I did it a little bit in the membership, and I said I wouldn't cry, but I did. So I've been waiting to feel a little bit more able to talk to the camera. So today I am exploring some pens, which I have been in the process of healing. And if you aren't aware, our daughter Molly lost her battle with mental health about a month and a half ago. And so I took about a month off, and then I've been back doing videos, but just behind the scenes, and then do a voiceover, because I can do the voiceover, and if I start to get too emotional about anything, I can stop it and re-record or whatever. So that's what I've been doing. But in the beginning phases of everything, I started a little tiny journal, and I call it my Molly journal. And it's just allowing me to process through everything, the emotion, the loss, the things that I can't or don't know how to say or feel. And it has been a wonderful journey. And it has helped me immensely to just be able to show up and do something. And I still putter around the studio, not really endeavoring anything big. I've done some stuff for the membership, and that's kind of easing me back into, like, I don't want to say real art, but something maybe a little bit more in depth than what I'm doing. But right now, what I'm doing in my Molly journal has been transformative in so many ways. And I guess that's the one thing that I want to say is if you are feeling lost or stuck, or you're healing, or you're wounded in some way, or whatever it is that might be keeping you from doing something, just do the smallest little thing. And like today, I was cleaning out my pens and reorganizing things, and so many of them don't work, and so especially my blacks and whites. I got some brand new ones. Those are not working anymore. So the ones that have actually worked really well are my Grabies, and they're like super inexpensive, nothing big pens, especially the black and whites. And then I found some new ones, some Artistry Pro, something like that. I'll have everything listed below of what I'm using. Those have been wonderful, and they come in a variety of different tips too. So like I have a brush tip, a fine tip, extra fine, and like a rounder one that makes great dots. So little things like that. I start playing with these things that I'm cleaning up or reorganizing or whatever, and then I decide I'm just going to take it to my journal, and whatever happens, happens. And that's all I'm expecting of myself right now, is whatever happens, happens. But in the process, it allows me to process. It allows me to, I feel like the brush or the pen or whatever I do allows words or emotions that I can't put words to yet. And so I plan on finishing my Molly journal, which is, I'm more than halfway through, I think. I made it small, and I plan on finishing it and taking you along for the journey. And the reason that I'm doing that is because so often I hear from you all that you are stuck, or that you have gone through something similar or whatever, and you still can't get back here. I just want to say, make ugly art. Put a bunch of dots on the page. That's all that matters. Like if all I had done was make a bunch of marks and that was it, and I couldn't do anything else or say any other words or put any finishing touches or anything like that, that was enough. And every time I show up here and do this little tiny thing, whatever it is, I feel a sense of accomplishment, and it encourages my soul. And so I want to be an encouragement to you. That's why I started doing what I do 14 years ago, is I had come through some of my darkest days, and I knew what creating could do for my soul. And I started my YouTube channel, just kind of pouring out my soul and sharing that. And things have evolved, changed, and now I'm kind of back at that same place where I'm doing very simple things for the good of my soul. And I just want it to be an encouragement for you. Simple and easy. That's it. That's the only objective. Simple, easy. And the quiet time just allows me to have conversations with Molly or whatever it is. It's a myriad of things. I cry or I'll, whatever. But it has been up until now where I haven't been able to. The thought of speaking on camera has been difficult. Even just going out in public is hard, because when you see people, they're like, "How are you doing?" And I don't have words for that yet. But time will heal. Prayer, my faith, those kinds of things will help. The grief will never truly go away. But my mantra is, and I keep telling everyone else who's grieving with us, surround the grief with joy. Because the grief will really never go away. We just have to learn to live with it. And we need to surround it with joy so that we can live and remember with joy. And it doesn't have to be something as traumatic as what we're going through, whatever you're going through. Surround it with joy. And what is the joy? This is the joy. This is the joy. And I am forever grateful right now for this tiny little journal, because it has done so much for me. And I am forever grateful for you guys. I cannot tell you how many emails, how many cards in the mail, how many books, how many flowers, how many everything that I have received from this community, whether it's YouTube or in the membership or from emails. It has been wonderfully overwhelming, and I am so grateful. And I know that I haven't responded back, but words don't come easily sometimes right now. And so I just wanted to say thank you so much for all of your prayers, for all of the encouragement that you have sent, so many great resources and books. And I've already done them, read them, and passed them on to friends and family. And so I just want to say thank you. It takes a village sometimes. And the other thing that was shocking to me was how many of you have gone through similar losses, and maybe not exactly the same, but a lot of you have lost children. And spouses and other people that were important to you, and you've shared some of your grief stories and encouragement with me, and it just means so much to me, to our family. And so I felt it was time to get in front of the camera, one small step at a time. That's what we have to do no matter what we're doing. And I even put makeup on today, which I haven't really worn makeup for like a month and a half. But I'm really, really grateful. I get random notes all the time in the mail, in email, and it blesses me so much. This last week, by the time you see this, it'll have been a week, we did our final services for Molly. We had 2 separate ones. We had one more in the church, and then we had a gathering of all of her friends and her community, and it was so beautiful. But we're still healing. We've got a long way to go. But again, grief and joy can coexist, and that's what I'm counting on. And that's what this space does for me. And I hope that it does that for you as well. So thank you. Thank you. And I love you guys so much. And I hope your Sunday is restful and peaceful. And I hope that you always, always know that you are loved. There's something really great about creating, and that is that you can do so many things as you are doing the act of creating. You can completely disengage. You can not think and just be in the moment with your supplies. You can run through all kinds of thoughts and memories and feelings as you create. And usually when I'm creating like this, where I am not planning, I'm just in the moment, I usually do all of those things. I usually think things through and have conversations, and I also completely put my brain on hold, all in the same session. And that's what I love about our time creating. And that's what we need so often, probably more often than not, is to just be quiet and not think too hard. Just kind of go through the things that we need to go through in our head, or say the things we need to say, or nothing at all, and just be in the moment. So I started this page with just some watercolor shapes and trying different things. I pulled out a stencil and thought maybe I could pull up some of the watercolor to give a pattern. It didn't work so well. So then I thought I could stamp it and get some pattern that way. That didn't work so well either. So then I thought, well, I'll just watercolor through it. Well, the paper was pretty saturated at that time in the places that I was stenciling, so that didn't work either. But I left it because I liked the look of it, and I didn't want to get too precious about anything. I needed to just be quiet and still. And that's what I love about our creative time, especially the way that I'm creating right now. No plan, just here and experimenting. I still don't know how to use my watercolors properly, whether there is a proper way. I'm sure there is. I love how they look, and I'm enjoying them, and that's the most important thing. And so I'm just using blues because that's Molly's favorite color, and making shapes, using my fan brush to kind of doodle a little bit. I'm being kid-like, and it feels like it lifts a weight off of me when I'm creating like this. So I've got a bunch of my ovals down, and I thought since it's so wet, I'm going to lay down my stencils and put some books on top of it and just let it dry and see if I get some pattern that way. I know I can do it on paper, but I didn't know how it would work in the journal with, some areas are dry, some are not. And I did get some really interesting pattern, and I love that. So now that I've got all of that dry, I'm just cutting out some more ovals in the papers that I made from last week. And I think it was last week. And I'm just putting those down just for a pop of color, something different. And because I have to find a way to bring in paper somewhere in what I do. That's just me. I know that's what I love, and I want to do more of what I love. So I have got my pens out. Now, I have found so far really great pens that seem to work every single time. The green that I'm using and the colors that I use are Graby. They are not expensive. They are a pump tip, but they come out with full great color. I haven't had any clogging yet. There was one that was a little clogged, but I shook it really well and wet the tip a little bit, and it was fine. So I have not had any issues with these whatsoever, including their white. And I love them. And so I'm doing whatever feels kid-like. I mean, this is what we did as kids. And sometimes we forget to do that. I know I forget to do that. And I need that not so serious, deep breath kind of creating. And we all do in different seasons of our lives. And maybe every time we create, who knows? But I'm choosing colors of the pens that kind of show up underneath the blues. And I'm just making whatever marks come to mind, whatever I think about, whatever sounds like fun. That's what I'm doing. Now I'm bringing in some black to bring some contrast in. I have a lot more marks that I'm going to make, but I wanted to bring some black in for contrast to kind of see what else, I could do or need, what it needs to make it feel like it stands out or balanced. Now, this brush this pen is the Artistry Pro, and it is new to me. I went on a search for the best black and white pens, and Graby was one of them, and this is the other one. And I got two different kinds that have 4 different tips. Fine, extra fine, brush tip, and a really larger round tip for good dots. And this is not a pump brush, so this is the first time I'm using it, but I love it. It's nice and thick, and I love the variety of the brush tips, and so I'm very, very happy. I've been using it all week, and so far so good, because usually after the first couple of uses, the other pens dry up. So far I'm good. Now the pen that I'm using now is my second favorite, and it is Sharpie Color Maker, and I'll have all of these pens listed at the link below the video. And Sharpie is a brush tip or a felt tip pen, but it's Sharpie Creative Markers, and they come in some really fun colors, and I have enjoyed them too. And I've had these for a long time, and they still work every time. So I think I'm honing in on the pens that actually work. So I've got my black in, and now I can get some balance in there. And I'm coming back in, and I tell you what, I just wanted to keep doodling. I just wanted to just keep making marks because I didn't think. I wasn't thinking. I was just, I'll do this here. I'll do this here. And It was so much fun, and I probably could go back to this page and make more doodly marks. I could have been there for quite a while, but it was just joy. That's what it was. It was joy. And who doesn't need more joy? So I'm going to doodle my heart out for a little bit. So I knew that I had some things that I wanted to say. I always do when I am in my Molly journal. And because the background's so busy, I thought, well, maybe I could paint in some white stripes to write on. And then I thought, well, no, I'm going to use my paper because paper is good. So I got kind of a neutral colored paper, and that will truly kind of block out where I need to write. And then I will, once I put that down with some matte gel, and I put my other collage papers down with matte gel, just because I wasn't sure if the pens would react. They all are permanent, which obviously they are because nothing reacted. But once I got those down with some matte gel and dried, I put a little bit of watered down gesso over the top of it to really bring out the lightness of it so that the words would stand out. So I sketched out what I wanted to say. These are things that continue to roll in my head on repeat. And I thought, if I just get them out maybe and write them down, maybe I can get past some of these things. But I'm using the Artistry Pro black pen in a finer tip, and it worked wonderfully. And, as I was writing these, I thought, I'll get them out. And I thought, maybe there aren't answers. And we just have to learn to lean into the unknown and keep working for healing. But so I did my pen work, and I loved it, felt good. And I'm using my General's charcoal pencil now to create some shadow and really, bring the words out, kind of push the background back. And I will age the edges here with my black soft pastel stick. And that is my journal page for today. And so therapeutic, so good for my soul. I hope that you get a chance to create, that maybe you need to just turn off your brain, and that's okay. I hope your Sunday is restful and peaceful, and I hope you always know that you are loved.